Coming up on Sporting Dog Adventures, we catch the tail end of the snow goose migration on an April hunt in North Dakota, hunting with Scott Butts of Real Wings Decoys. The high-flying snow goose adventures are coming up.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
Welcome to the Sporting Dog Adventures channel. Please like our video and subscribe so you catch our 3 new videos weekly. This week's show takes us to West Hope, North Dakota, located right on the U.S.-Canadian border. It's April, it's the tail end of the snow goose migration, and we got a call from Scott Butts of Real Wings Decoys stating that he had a spot right in a migratory flyway that should yield us a great hunt. We're just getting checked into our hotel, getting ready for our hunt. You want small town USA? Our hotel, well, it's a motel, is connected to the city hall and the library. So we can go see the mayor, we can get a book, and we can sleep in our rooms, all after we hunt. This is awesome. At the time of the hunt, this part of the country was going through what was described as a 100-year flood. There was water everywhere. Fields that would normally work for the hunt had water and mud that stopped us from setting up there. Scott found us a field in between 2 groups of birds, and the hunt was on. The wind is brutal today. It's blowing about 25 miles an hour. It's about 55 degrees. We're just making our way out to the spread. The good news is we didn't get in until about 10 o'clock and it's been windy and the birds didn't move. Bad news is we're probably going to lay out here for a couple hours till the wind dies down, but we've got 2 good pockets of birds right around us. And we got Scotty's Real Wings up, got our dog Pickett. He's never goose hunted before. It should be a lot of fun for him. Be a little test of his obedience training. And hopefully we get some birds down this afternoon. Good thing to do, we're going to take Pickett out and let him see the decoys. He's seen goose decoys, but not white ones. A lot of times people just take for granted the dog's not going to have a weird reaction to them, but I just let him walk up to one and he looked at it like, hey, what is that? So we're just going to walk him around, let him see the decoys, get used to the spread. I'd say we probably got another hour or so till we got to worry about birds getting up, so we're going to get ourselves all arranged and get ready for the birds. Scott got the Real Wings up in the air. The birds would get up, circle around, and go right back down to where they started. So we waited, and we waited, and we waited some more. Well, we're about 3 hours into our hunt, and it has been slow. The wind is just starting to die down. It's kind of interesting watching these snow geese. You can see them get up and stretch their wings and test the wind, and then they land back down because they're just not quite ready to go because they're a smaller bird. Pickett's been doing awesome. He's been laying here right next to me and actually is ducking his head down because he knows that's where he's supposed to be. So we're really hoping we get to reward him with all the good obedience he's doing for us here.
One thing in the spring, we can use electronic calls, but I also add mouth call to it. Now in the fall, we can't use electronic calls, and I really think that law should be changed in the fall to help us harvest more snow geese because we're not doing our job in the fall. Like you get a day like today when it's a 25 mile an hour wind, it's almost impossible with a mouth call with snow geese.
That was cool. That was a blue. First one I've ever seen. Pickett did real well. He stayed nice and tight. He looked real good. Now he needs a few more customers. Get one that wants to buy. Well, our first geese came in, first group. They're Canadians. Not one honk. Just came in quiet, low, landed right in the pond in front of us. And of course, the season's closed, so we can't shoot them. As the afternoon wore on, the wind started to die down. The birds continued to get up, circle around, and still would not cooperate and come over our spread. Day 1 of snow goose is in the books. We, of course, didn't get anything. There just weren't a whole lot of birds moving. We had one group come in right at the end. They landed right where all the other ones have been teasing us all day, flying around in circles. So we'll be out here again early tomorrow morning. We'll get them. Day 1 ended with birds circling all around us and no shots fired. Stay tuned for day 2 as the high-flying snow goose adventures heat up. Welcome back to Sporting Dog Adventures. On this week's tip, we have Mary Reynolds from Cargill and Loyal Pet Food. Mary, this is one of my puppies from the kennel here, cute little guy. Can you tell me about your guys' puppy formula that I feed my dogs and give our viewers a little bit of an insight on how it's made, what's in your puppy food, and how it helps them get off to a great start?
Yeah, definitely. Our puppy formula is a 31 protein, 20 fat, and it has added nutrients in there for your growing puppy's needs, like organic trace minerals, omega-3 and 6 fatty acids, and also EPA and DHA. You're going to find that in mother's milk and also in Gerber baby food. So we feel that's very important, the EPA and DHA, and that's actually for brain development and vision.
Now, what's your recommendation for puppies? How long should they be on the puppy food as opposed to being switched to an adult food?
We recommend they stay on our puppy food for at least a year. Reason being is what I just talked about. There's vital nutrients and ingredients in the puppy food that help them grow and be smart puppies, like we like to say. So. Well,
when they start out, they're athletes. We ask a lot of them in the field. I know another thing you guys have in that I personally really like is glucosamine, which starts a dog out so you're getting your good hip growth, your good joint plates. Everything's going to turn out to be perfect on these little guys so that when they're in the field they can perform.
Yep, and you nailed it. And at Loyal we have glucosamine in all of our formulas, but what sets us different is we also put it in our puppy food. We feel it's a very vital nutrient or supplement for them, and we use natural sources, and that way we can try and prevent any issues down the road and also help those puppies' joints.
Well, and people look at it, you think of the investment that people put into a puppy and what they buy them for. It's almost like an insurance policy to have good nutrition and a good food for your dog, like Loyal Pet Food.
Definitely, and these days dogs are our family, so we want to give them the best nutrition possible.
So starting from when they're in my kennel at 3 weeks old and they start on food to they're a year old, we get them started on the puppy food, then we put them on in my kennel active adult, and it gets them all set for their life and beyond.
Yes, definitely.
Hope you guys enjoyed this week's tip. Now back to more high-flying adventures. We're on day 2 and we've got some snow coming in, so today's going to be the day. We got to get her done today. We still got our 2 groups around us. We're hoping the rest of the few geese that are left migrate through. Pickett did a great job yesterday, which was entailed laying next to us, but it was nice because it was his first goose hunt and we had some Canadians and other birds working, and he did lay still, so that's always a good test for the dog. Day 2 started with immediate results. The skies filled with birds. Once we had the real wings in the air, the birds started to work our spread. Atta boy. Come on, buddy. Hurry up. Hurry up. More birds. Oh, birds right behind you. Right behind you. Pickett was a young dog at the time of this hunt. He had to do a great job lying still. Snow geese are incredibly wary, and any movement would have flared the birds. He would lie still even after we put birds on the ground because we had other birds still working the spread. This led to a bunch of blind retrieves that really challenged this young dog's training. We got a real nice blue down over here, and we're cleaning the field up. Got to kind of wait. It's like blind retriever rama here. So we're going to get them lined up and send them on about a 60-yard blind. Over. Bird. Atta boy, good dog, good. What a pretty bird. Come here, buddy. Hey, here. Your first blue goose, buddy. Check that out. You know what, Scott? Those things are cool. They have, I can't get over, we're hunting a migration and the birds are up really high and that actually is sucking them right down. How many birds do you think we'd see if we didn't have those up today?
Oh, it would have been a rough day, especially I use a smaller spread, you know, so the real wing's definitely helping us today.
Watching the geese come in too and cup up and kind of look at them.
Yeah.
Like they're, a couple times I know, it's like we're waiting to shoot and they're looking at the real wings. It's like, oh yeah, we got to shoot them now.
Yep.
That is a phenomenal product.
Welcome back to Snow Dog Adventures. I'm 11 years old and I just shot my second deer.
On this week's Kids Corner, we go out on a youth deer hunt with my good friend Rick Wirtz near Baraboo, Wisconsin to try to get my son Clayton his second deer. Prior to the hunt, I told Clayton we were going to have a great chance. Rick Wirtz is huge on youth hunts, and I knew he'd put a lot of time and preparation into getting us a good opportunity for Clay. For the setup for this hunt, I had to film from the ground. I wasn't able to get the kill on camera, but I heard Rick grunt stop the deer, I heard Clayton get ready, and I heard the shot fired. It was so exciting.
Right where you're supposed to put it. Let's see. Turkey in spring. A doe for the youth hunt. What do you think?
Awesome. We got up early in the morning, we walked up the hill, and we saw a whole bunch of squirrels and stuff, and then we saw a doe walk in. Well, there was a squirrel and it scared away the doe, so that doe ran, and then we saw another doe on the other in front of us, so I shot and it fell.
Most states have the opportunities for these kids to get out on youth seasons where they can go out, the adults aren't involved, they're there as mentors, and there's a lot less pressure on them.
Phenomenal job, dropped it in its tracks. Ethical, clean kill. It's the way I want the kids to learn how to hunt, and hopefully they stay that way their entire lives.
Check out the regulations in your state and in your area to see when you can get your youth out and get them involved in the sport.
You're gonna have a lot of fun dragging this one down the hill. At least it's all downhill.
Wait, I'm dragging?
You shot it. You drag it, right?
It's really heavy.
Now back to some high-flying adventures. Hey, welcome back to West Hope, North Dakota. We're out here with Scott from Real Wings. We're out doing our goose hunt. We got a bunch on the ground. Got our dog Nika out now. We put our other dog Pickett away. Should be a lot of fun. Nika is a flat-coated retriever owned by my good friend Paul Cartez of Lakota Retrievers. She, like Pickett, had yet to experience a snow goose hunt, but she was more than up for the challenge. Here. As the bird went down, it sailed to the water. I love good dog work. It was great watching Nika persevere and finally get the retrieve. Good girl. I know you said this year's been a weird migration, and we've had some awful weather that we saw out here at the flooding. How has this year been different? I know you said you're having a pretty tough go of it this year.
It's the sheet water. Anytime it was 80 inches of snow, I knew it was coming. I didn't think it would be this bad or thaw, but whenever you get sheet water, the bird doesn't need the big lakes. He can blow right through. He doesn't need you. He's in flooded cornfields. And then now Canada, 2 hours north, it rains, so the bird is just gone.
So we're basically catching what should be the best time of year, but we're catching the tail end of the migration.
Yeah, we're towards the back half, and where we're at, we're right on the border where they actually would rather be in Canada than stop here.
Nika was solid on obedience as birds worked in and did a great job on some really long retrieves. We're wrapping up our second evening. We got one more day to go. We're gonna try to put in an evening hunt tomorrow, but all we're gonna do is the morning because there's a pretty good chance of a blizzard coming in. Birds should be moving tomorrow morning. It should be exciting. I'll tell you what, these real wings, I got to come out and hunt ducks and Canadians with them because I just about got hit in the head by a couple of ducks, and we had Canadians that were about 5 feet over my gun barrel. Stay tuned for more high-flying adventures after this. You got a really cool product up here flying behind us, and it's bringing the birds in. These are migrators. They are way up there, and it's actually sucking the birds down and bringing them right into us. When did you come up with this idea?
Oh, it's probably been 5 years now I've been playing with it. Different types I played with, but this was by far my favorite design I came up with.
And you've got, this isn't just for snow geese, you've got this product for other waterfowl?
Yep, ducks, Canadas, pigeons, doves, crows, any type.
How many of these do you put out, and how far apart do you put them out normally?
I like them as close as together when you put them out where they almost hit each other. Like snow geese, I like 8 to 12 of them, but Canadas, 5 to 6 is enough. Ducks, same thing, 4 to 5. Depends on what you're hunting.
So now you've got also, I know you've got the 360s up back there. What is the difference between that and your real wings?
360s look like birds on the ground, kind of flapping their wings. I use them on low wind conditions. When I can't fly the real wings, usually I'll put about 13 to 16 360 wings in the spread.
Do you use them at the same time normally? I know we had these up earlier and we put them up for now for our talk so people could see them, but do you use them at the same time as the rear wings?
No, I don't like to show the bird all your motion. I like to change it up. Some days I don't even use motion, but most of the time, light wind 360s, a good 8 to 10 mile an hour wind real wings.
You can check them out at www.realwings.com. Day 3 of our North Dakota snow goose hunt started out cold with a huge storm front moving in. It's supposed to be warm in spring snow goose hunting, and it's about 20 degrees. Wind chill of about 10, and we're going. Last morning, there's a winter storm moving in. They're talking blizzard conditions. So birds should definitely be moving. And I would say the migrators will be migrated, and snow goose hunting will be officially done for the year. Here. Good girl. Nika got a workout on her water retrieves. This was another long retrieve on a cold day. That bird was out there ducking on her and diving. That was cool. It's just fun watching the dogs. It's almost like a game when they get out there where the geese are diving. They come up behind them, and she just did a phenomenal job. She's gonna sleep good tonight. We tucked Nika, our now ice-coated retriever, back into the blind, and a couple of adults tried to sneak in the side. It's right there. Right there. Here.
This is one reason why you should try real wings. Adults do come into real wings, no problem.
No sound. Just snuck right in.
Stay quiet, and you definitely can harvest adults flying real wings.
We had a lot of things working against us on this hunt with the high winds, the big storm moving in, and all the sheet water. But Scott Butts and his Real Wings decoys brought in the birds and gave us a great hunt. You can check them out at realwings.com. Next week, the Sporting Dog Adventures crew heads out to South Dakota to hunt with Brad Heidel of Pheasants Forever. We get on some great upland action and learn a lot about their organization. Nice shot. Closed captioning is brought to you by Heidel's Game Calls. Just real quick and we're done. That's all I need.
When I get out of the saddle, I use monkey butt powder. Makes me feel clean and fresh.
I really think that we have that as a sponsor. fucking A. My gun didn't go off.
Everything you need is here under the sun.
That's real nice.